We're joined today by Gavin Rutherford, Non-Exec Chairman at Vita Resources. Gavin, thanks for your time.
Thanks very much, David.
The key focus of today's conversation is the ICE project in Canada.
Yep.
Can you, for the viewers, give a bit of insight into the project and why this project is so interesting?
We went and had a look back at the project when we recapitalised the company in May 2025. That is to say, when a new board came aboard and we invested in the company ourselves. With a few overseas projects on hand, what we needed to do was check exactly what we had before we rejected them, because our mantra is really to look for gold projects in Western Australia. As a result, as soon as I possibly could, started paying the money to establish a JORC mineral resource estimate for the ICE project. And I suppose that's when the good news really started to happen, because we were able to establish a 6.4 million tonne at 1.07% copper JORC mineral resource estimate in a flat-lying ore body at surface. Now that obviously gives you, cause to re-rate your thinking on the project, and we've moved forward on that basis to continue looking at it. So it's a keeper based on that work.
And from an infrastructure point of view and a location point of view, what are the advantages of operating with this project?
Okay, it's in Yukon, which means that, and I paused because, there are weather-related issues there, and it's advisable also to carry a tin of bear spray on your hip, but it's a very, very well-experienced exploration jurisdiction, and we're about 200 kilometres north of Whitehorse in Yukon. There's a new provincial government that was sworn in November in Yukon, and they're a very pro-exploration, pro-mining government, because Yukon has drifted historically for a while. What it means for us as far as services go is that there is a well-established service industry there, and I've been very pleasantly surprised to find that we can actually engage competent exploration professionals for the area and build good relationships with them. I might add, most importantly, that we've got a very good relationship going with the traditional owners and have an exploration agreement signed with them, which can be referenced in recent ASX releases.
You talked at the beginning about fresh eyes on a project. You've commissioned work to essentially pull the project apart and put it back together and look at all those parts. What did that piece of work tell you about the opportunity, and really, I suppose, the opportunity missed in the past?
We wanted to measure twice and cut once before we rejected the project, hence the JORC mineral resource estimate. And our undertaking from that point onwards was to have another look at the information extant from exploration that had happened years ago, 30 years ago. And there's a core library on site, so we've got a fantastic laid out and recorded set of core records from 5,500 metres of drilling, 10,500 metres of drilling in the mid-90s. We commissioned an experienced professional in that area of expertise to look back into those core samples and find out exactly what was there, and have been very pleasantly surprised by the news that came through that we've been able to release in our ASX release today.
And one of the key elements, it appears, is the number of byproducts that you've identified and the grades of those byproducts. Do they change the economic view on this project?
So copper and gold in the JORC mineral resource estimate has been added to by with silver, cobalt and indium. Now, I don't know exactly what they are from an economics point of view, and we've been very keen to say that and apprise the market of that. But what we are saying is that we can establish that they are going to be either byproducts or co-products. And there are other aspects to the ore body there that have been identified that have come out of that research. And I guess what it really means is that the project's become a polymetallic project. That, I think, will have good implications, I suspect. Don't go and buy shares based on just what I'm saying, but I'm feeling pretty good about how this is going to wash out.
And what does 2026 look like? We're underway. but clearly a exploration program and works at this project to unlock that knowledge. What are we looking for, and what should investors be focused on?
Well, volcanically hosted massive sulfide deposit there. The lease has been drilled, but this is a takeaway number for people to take. Less than 1% of the project has been drilled. VHMS deposits generally occur in clusters, and we want to go and chase that and interrogate that and just see exactly what we can come up with. So for 2026, what we need to do is I believe, a moving loop electromagnetic campaign. It's not intrusive on the land. It's going to give us a far more reaching and faster picture of what's going on the ground there. We can employ traditional owners to help us with that. And what that will do is get us set up, I think, quite well for a campaign in 2027, where we can probably look at some ground interruption activities based on a much better focus.
And let's not forget, you touched on at the beginning, gold originally was the focus of the company. Laverton is the jurisdiction, and Ninnis is the project.
Yep.
A maiden drill program in the plan here for that project. What is the plan, and how do you look to unlock the knowledge on this project?
So the project's 30 kilometres west of Laverton. It's in a very good address. If you look at our release, you'll notice that we've put the Lady Julie deposit there from which my friend George Sakalidis has found out there. It's in a good location. It's never been subjected to contemporary exploration. 25 square kilometres, and what we'll be doing, we've just announced a POW that's going to allow us to go out and do an auger drilling campaign. That is a very important campaign to us, because circa 1,200 holes, it may be a little bit more, is going to be drilling down to about 1 metre deep and drawing a geochemical picture of the deposit, where we can start to get aiming points from that point in. The reason we're not doing soil sampling at surface is it's very clear to us that the surface soil in that area's been blown in or blown out or flooded in or flooded out, and you actually need to get down a little bit deeper to what we would call some more competent sampling types of soil, and then we can decide where to send drill rigs.
A polymetallic re-rate in Canada, maiden drilling in WA, exciting times ahead for Vita and its shareholders.
We are very excited. Thanks very much.